Hi, Cornerstone. Today's Cornerstone connection comes from 1 Peter chapter 5. If you love me, feed my sheep. Those were Jesus' words to Peter at the end of John's gospel. Peter, after all, had denied Jesus 3 times, but now he was being reinstated by Jesus and called and commissioned to now be a church leader who loves God and loves people. And the way that he demonstrates his love for God and people is by feeding the sheep. Jesus was calling Peter to be a shepherd to God's people. And that's exactly what Peter went on and did. He was not only a shepherd, but he also encouraged other shepherds to embrace their role to care for the flock of God. And that's what we see in 1 Peter chapter 5. Peter writes this. He says, "So I exhort the elders among you, as a fellow elder and witness of the sufferings of Christ, as well as a partaker in the glory that is going to be revealed. Shepherd the flock of God that is among you." It's interesting that of all the images that God uses for church leadership, he uses shepherding. He doesn't use the image of prophet, priest, or king. They were not commissioned to lead the church. He doesn't even say that teachers or preachers are to lead the church. No, he says shepherds are to lead his church. Shepherds, after all, were people in that day, as well as today, that lived amongst the sheep, that cared for the sheep. If there was green pastures, they would lead the sheep there so that they could be well fed. If there was fresh water somewhere, they would take the sheep there that they could get drink. If there were predators around, they would fend off the predators and guard the sheep that the sheep might live. Furthermore, if a sheep would wander away, the shepherd would go and get that stray sheep and bring them back into the fold. Can you see why God uses shepherds as an image for church leadership? Church leaders are to care for their sheep, to nourish their sheep, to protect their sheep, and to go after sheep that are wandering and bring them back into the fold. And so Peter says to these elders, shepherd the flock of God that is among you. And that's important, that phrase, among you. Shepherd the people that you are with, that you are living life with. Not people out there that are at a distance, not people that you're preaching to through a podcast or on social media or on YouTube. Those aren't your people that you're to care for. No, you've been entrusted with these people that are in your congregation, in your flock. Do life with them. Get to know them, love them, serve them, care for their souls. Well, caring for somebody's souls is not an individual effort. No, it's a team endeavor. And that's why Peter writes here to elders. It's plural, not an elder, but many elders, many shepherds. This is a team endeavor. And here at Cornerstone, we have multiple elders who are shepherding our people. And we want to be in relationship with them, that they might know us and know how they can care for our souls. But I realize that a number of us aren't in the position of elder or shepherd. But nonetheless, we have a role to play here. Not only is this important for us to know what a biblical shepherd does, but we're to live our lives in such a way where we shepherd the people that are in our midst. It might be your children that you've been called to shepherd. Or it might be a friend or coworker or classmate. God has put people into our lives so we can help them know Jesus and follow Jesus. And so I want you to consider today, who are the people that God has put in my life? How can I love them well? How can I get to know them at a heart level and help point them in a direction where they can follow Jesus and know him and go and help other people know and love Jesus as well?